been coming to this room for almost 25 years, and every time I come here, there's something so special about this place. Welcome everyone. This is aptly named as Mountbatten Hall, and he was the last British Viceroy of India. Though not the last Viceroy, the last Viceroy was somebody after him. Now, many people ask me as to what Diwali is, and the thing about India is you can have hundreds of interpretations for everything. Everyone has his own opinion in India, and Diwali also has a lot of interpretation. But one favorite interpretation that I have is it's called Deepavali in Sanskrit, which means a row of light. Why? Because there was this noble king, Lord Sri Ram, not this one standing in front of you, but Lord Sri Ram was a very famous Indian god. He recently built a holy temple in Ayodhya. And when he returned after 14 years of exile, his subjects lit rows of lamps and they wore all their best to welcome him into his kingdom. And that is what Deepavali is. And that is something which I like to tell my friends, because it is all about light, signifying the end of darkness, light bringing in positivity, light bringing in hope. And this is quite important today when we've got so many things happening across the world. And I'm hoping that this new Festival of Light brings more hope and glory in the world. I'm rather privileged to have so many wonderful people here. I don't know many of you because I'm not customer focused as Smriti and my team are. But we've got some incredible brands, and we are grateful to all our customers who have been responsible for our growth, for our success. And I thank you all and hope that you can enjoy yourself this evening. And you've got to be nice to us, because each year people come to us and say, look, why have you not invited us? Have we done something wrong? It is a popular destination, and so I wish that the season of light and hope continues, and that we would be happy to invite you next year again. Many years ago, there was a Labour government headed by Tony Blair, and I mention this because we had two Secretaries of State today being invited, and they both confirmed attendance, and they just confirmed they couldn't come about an hour ago because they had something quite urgent. And I mentioned this in my speech because the Tony Blair government started something called as the Cold Roll Pact, and it's very relevant because that was the time when we were giving out plastic bags freely in all the supermarkets, and I'm sure all of you remember it. But due to a conscientious effort by that government, they decided to ban single-use plastic bags slowly, and my company got involved in that project, and for the last 25 years we've been reducing plastic bags, and we made a rough count. Don't ask me as to how we did. We reduced something over 30 billion plastic bags in this country. So it's been relentless for us, because this is something which we care deeply about: environment, about sustainability. And what we did thereafter, when my daughter joined my business, she got involved more into making that humble tote bag more fashionable, and that's where we got involved with Caroline, who's been very helpful in ensuring that we make the bags more sexy and more desirable. And in the last few years, and especially in the last 18 to 24 months, my company has been investing heavily into machines, into the latest digital technology, into the latest generations of machines to produce not just sustainable bags, but also eco-packaging, but Also things like digital technologies moved on so much today that we are at the forefront of digital technology in manufacturing the best. And Caroline and her team were there recently in April, is that correct? April. And they saw for themselves the manufacturing capacity that we built. And we are so proud that today we're not only supplying super brands like Christian Dior, Nike, we've got Qatar, British Airways, all these famous brands, but we also supply many small brands, and we make our products with the same love and affection that we do for the big brands. So I have to thank my factory workers for that, and we've got a large support team, not just manufacturing products, but also giving the digital support and making sure that we have the CRM support, the videographers, the photographers, to do all the social network for our client, and we do that for free. Many of our clients use that, and I wish we can extend that, but do take our support if you have to for all our digital support that we have. I've got to welcome Rupert Daniels from the Department of Trade, and I was just wondering where Jamila was, and I said she's probably not there, but I can spot her. So these two people are from the Department of Business and Trade, and it's just unbelievable how much support you can get from the Department of Business and Trade, and we're very fortunate to have their support. Now, Jamila is very quiet, and she's sort of, under promises and over delivers, and she took a delegation to India, and we're not a huge factory like Rolls-Royce or Tata's, and they brought the delegation to India. And many of you here have visited the factory in April of this year. So thank you, Rupert and Jamila, for everything that you've done. I've also got to thank Sujata Suman, who is from Vogue Business, and I think you wouldn't be surprised if you saw your faces on Vogue India, I think, Vogue. So Sujata and Gautam are also very much part of this celebration. Lastly, but not the least, I've got to thank my friends at the British Fashion Council. Caroline Rush, CBE, Clara Mercer, we've got Stacey James, and David Lee Pemberton. Sorry, I didn't want to call you by my nickname that I've chosen for you. I can say. Well, I've never met a more English, well-designed Englishman. And I normally call him Jeeves. But, the British Fashion Council have been just incredible. And Caroline Rush has been doing some wonderful things. This is just a person whose energy and enthusiasm, not just to support the famous British designers, but there are designers who started off, who today are famous, like Alexander McQueen, but many years ago they were not famous, and it is the hard work that goes behind the British Fashion Council. They have been instrumental in something like 30 billion of UK trade and supporting over 1.3 million people. So this is an amazing place to work, and I've got a lot of friends from the British Fashion Council today. And I'm sure after this, Caroline would like to say a few words, but I'd like to end by saying thank you very much for coming over. It's been such a wonderful start for the evening, and we've got a few other surprises which I hope you'll love. The food is delicious. It took me about a week to cook, so do enjoy yourselves. Thank you very much.